Risto Africa Stories, The Haunted Chambers of Horror, the story of Aisha, a 13-year-old girl who was stoned to death after being accused of adultery, Kismayo, Somalia, 2008. In the lands of Kismayo, Somalia, in 2008, a young girl named Aisha embarked on a fateful trek that would lead her down a path of untold suffering and death. Aisha, only 13 years old, was on her way visiting her grandmother in the capital of Mogadishu. As she made her way, her innocent world was shut down when 3 merciless men attacked and raped her. Filled with misery, Aisha went to report the crime, seeking protection from the militant authorities that controlled Kismayo. Her shattered soul hoped for justice, but fate had something worse for her in store. Aisha, soiled and devastated, narrated her ordeal to the militant group. Without delay, the group accused her of the unforgivable crime of adultery. They asserted that Aisha had violated Sharia law. Following the accusation, Aisha was overwhelmed with pain and sorrow. She felt devastated. At only 13 years old, she found herself at a loss, unsure of what to do or who to run to for help. The solace Aisha had sought had now transformed into a horrific cruelty, denying her the right to live. The militant group went ahead to detain Aisha. Her future hung in the uncertainty of a merciless fate that awaited her. On the unforgettable day, the 28th of October 2008, the sky darkened over Kismayo port. Aisha was shoved and placed in an isolated hole, her eyes reflecting the fear that engulfed her innocent soul. Through her desperate eyes, Aisha scanned the crowd of about 1,000 helpless people surrounding her. Their pleas for help and mercy echoed in her ears. Her pounding heart longed for salvation. With a heavy heart, Aisha observed the militant group holding rifles against their chests, prepared to unleash bullets upon anyone who dared to come to her rescue. In an act of unspeakable horror, a group of about 50 men raised stones over their shoulders, ready to cut off Aisha's breath. The air was filled with anguish, pain and sorrow, engulfed in the cheers of heartless spectators shouting, "Kill her, kill her." The first blow struck, another, and then another, until the stones rained down upon Aisha's small frame. Aisha crushed into the dust. The atmosphere was filled with silent screams. In the midst of the horrifying scene, brave souls emerged from the crowd, driven by compassion and empathy. They couldn't bear to witness such a cruel act. Desperate to save Aisha, they dared to confront the ruthless militants. Yet, in a tragic twist, their gallant intentions were met with bullets, silencing their cries and pleas. News of Aisha's death spread far and wide, penetrating countless souls. Fueled by fear and sorrow, many fled from Kismayo. Their homes were turned into haunted chambers of horror.